A man checks his bag and he certainly hopes it arrives. However, by 2025, mere hope is insufficient. Daily personal luggage faces theft, misplacement, or even tampering. Occasionally, it vanishes between the baggage check-in desks and the retrieval carousel. At other moments, it appears undisturbed until a fellow realizes something inside is gone. For men who travel, this ranks among the most stressful aspects of air transit. Yet, here's the positive update. A man doesn't need to leave this to sheer luck. By making just a few intelligent decisions pre-flight, he can significantly reduce his risk and safeguard his possessions. During the upcoming minutes, I will present the most potent, practical advice that experienced travelers employ to ensure their luggage's security, and ensure you remain with me until tip number 1. It represents the most affordable safeguard available, yet nearly 99% of travelers continue to overlook it. Should a man find such travel advice beneficial, he should certainly click that subscribe button. This guarantees he'll never miss counsel that could literally rescue his journey. Now, let's commence. Tip 15. Pick a hard-shell suitcase. A man's primary line of defense is his luggage item itself. And here's the reality. Luggage crafted from soft fabric presents an ideal target for a thief. Armed with merely a pen or a minor blade, they can sever it open in mere seconds, appropriate desired items, and reseal it without leaving any indication. He might not even detect what's gone until a significantly later point. Instead, a man should consider his suitcase as a mobile strongbox. A robust hardshell case, constructed from polycarbonate, aluminum, or other resilient substances, establishes a physical barrier that is considerably more difficult to penetrate. Even when baggage handlers roughly throw his bag about, and they certainly will, his possessions inside stand a greater likelihood of enduring the rough treatment. Certain premium hard cases even eliminate zippers altogether, opting instead for integrated latches or frame-embedded locks. That signifies an advanced degree of safeguarding. If a man plans to invest in luggage this year, he should bypass fabric and prioritize durability. Tip 14. Fewer zippers, fewer problems. Next, let's discuss structural design. Each zipper serves as an access point. Every pocket acts as an enticement. Bags replete with external compartments may appear convenient, but they also represent a veritable feast for opportunistic thieves. With a swift tug on a zipper pull, someone can seize whatever a man has stored inside before he even glances over. This is why the most astute travelers maintain a minimalistic approach. A single or dual robust central zipper mechanism suffices. All other items can remain neatly arranged via internal packing cubes or compartmentalizers. This not only ensures greater security for his belongings, but also renders his bag less appealing. Criminals seek ease of opportunity, and when a man's bag does not overtly signal simple entry, they are considerably more prone to shift their attention to another person. Tip 13. Anti-puncture zippers. However, even the primary zipper assembly itself can prove susceptible. A known technique exists, occasionally termed the pen trick, wherein a thief employs the tip of a ballpoint pen to force open a zipper's interlocked teeth. Once the bag is unfastened, they can pilfer what they desire, re-zip it, and depart unnoticed. To an uninitiated observer, a man's bag appears undisturbed, yet his precious items have vanished. Tip 12. Don't rely on TSA locks alone. Let's now address locking mechanisms. Most modern suitcases are equipped with TSA-approved locks, and while these offer convenience for airport security personnel, they are far from infallible. Constructed from slender metal, or even plastic, numerous such locks are susceptible to being picked, levered open, or fractured using rudimentary implements. Even more concerning, TSA master keys are readily available online, implying that anyone can acquire an inexpensive duplicate and access a man's bag. Therefore, what course of action should one take? Upgrade. Seek out locks manufactured from hardened steel, incorporating anti-picking functionalities. Cable locks prove particularly effective, as a man can thread them through several zipper pulls and fasten them to his bag's structural frame. This considerably complicates matters for someone attempting to open his luggage without attracting notice. Recall that thieves prefer swift, effortless successes. If a man's bag appears to demand time and exertion to compromise, they will likely proceed to an easier mark. Tip 11. Add security seals or zip ties. Even when employing a robust lock, a man can incorporate an additional layer of defense that is both economical and impactful. Consider security seals or even basic zip ties. These minor, expendable barriers won't inevitably halt a resolute thief, but they achieve one crucial objective. They render any tampering evident. To gain entry, the seal must be fractured, and that act alone frequently suffices to deter an individual. Vibrantly colored seals or numerically coded tags cause a man's bag to appear conspicuously monitored, and should he discover a broken seal upon arrival, he will instantly recognize that an issue exists, affording him the opportunity to report it immediately rather than hours afterward. A small bundle of zip ties costs only a few dollars, yet the serenity they afford is immeasurable. Tip 10. Make your bag look boring. When selecting luggage, a man often feels inclined towards something sleek, fashionable, or luxurious. However, here lies the issue. Thieves take note. The more intelligent tactic? Assimilate. Opt for a bag in subdued, dark hues such as black, gray, or navy blue. Affix some duct tape, decals, or age travel tags to impart a well-used appearance. Expressed differently, make his bag appear commonplace, even unremarkable. The objective is to vanish within the throng. Tip 9. Wrap your bag in plastic. One of the most straightforward methods to safeguard a man's luggage is also among the most frequently ignored: plastic wrapping. He has likely observed those airport stations where machines tightly rotate a transparent film around a suitcase. It might seem superfluous, but here is the reality. Wrapping introduces multiple layers of difficulty for anyone attempting to interfere with his bag. A thief must sever through one layer after another, generating sound, attracting notice, and expending precious time. 3 elements they unequivocally wish to avoid. As an added benefit, the wrapping protects his bag from precipitation, particulate matter, and abrasions, thus preserving its pristine appearance. For merely a few dollars, a man is establishing yet another barrier between his possessions and unauthorized individuals. Tip 8. Take photos before you travel. Now, let's discuss a form of protection against unforeseen circumstances. Prior to even relinquishing his bag, a man should retrieve his phone and capture several images, both internal and external. He should photograph the exterior of his suitcase, the contents meticulously arranged within, and any high-value articles he is checking. The reason? Should his bag become lost or items disappear, these photographs serve as concrete evidence. They expedite claims processes with airlines and insurance providers, and assist staff in corroborating his description. Without such documentation, a man is left to recall specifics amidst duress. With them, he is equipped with verifiable proof. He should consider it a digital record capable of sparing him days, even weeks, of subsequent vexation. Tip 7. Keep valuables and carry on. This subsequent piece of advice is paramount. Under no circumstances should a man ever check his most precious articles. Passports, currency, credit cards, adornments, laptops, hard drives, these must never depart from his immediate proximity. His carry-on bag functions as his emergency provisions. If his checked bag goes missing for a day or even an entire week, a man can manage without additional attire. However, should his passport or laptop vanish, his entire journey could face collapse. Airlines themselves issue warnings against placing valuable items in checked baggage. Nonetheless, innumerable travelers persist in doing so. A man must not assume that risk. If an item is indispensable to his journey or utterly irreplaceable, it belongs in his carry-on, always within arm's reach. Tip 6. Use GPS trackers. Technological advancements have revolutionized the landscape. Minute GPS tracking devices such as Apple AirTags, Tile, or Samsung Smart Tags can be discreetly placed into a man's suitcase to provide him with live location updates. This signifies an end to helplessly refreshing airline applications, awaiting ambiguous status reports. Travelers have even utilized trackers to refute airline claims of a lost bag. For merely a modest investment, a man acquires peace of mind and command, two attributes far surpassing the device's monetary value. Tip 5. Don't check your bag too early. Numerous travelers believe it intelligent to arrive exceedingly early and check their bags immediately. But the reality is, the longer a man's bag remains in storage prior to a flight, the higher the probability of mishandling or pilfering. Bags unattended for hours may be transferred between various holding zones, presenting increased opportunities for complications. The optimal time frame? A man should check his luggage approximately 60 to 90 minutes before scheduled departure. This allows ample time for it to proceed through the system without haste, yet not so early that it languishes unsupervised for extended periods. It represents a minor adjustment that substantially diminishes risk. Tip 4. Avoid fragile or priority labels. It is tempting to believe that a fragile or priority tag will result in superior handling for a man's luggage, but in actuality, such labels function as magnets. To a thief, fragile frequently indicates that the bag holds electronics or other costly articles. Priority implies that his suitcase might emerge sooner onto the baggage carousel, facilitating an easier grab and depart for someone before he even reaches the area. The more astute strategy? Keep his bag unremarkable. Allow it to merge with the multitude rather than attracting attention. Tip 3. Change the default lock code. This subsequent piece of advice might appear straightforward, yet it is astonishing how many individuals overlook it. The majority of luggage locks are supplied with a default factory combination, such as 000 or 1234. Thieves are aware of this, and they require mere seconds to attempt these codes. A man should always alter the code before his journey, and steer clear of apparent patterns like birth dates or sequential digits. His lock need not be impregnable. It merely needs to serve as an impediment that delays an intruder. A personalized code ensures his bag won't be the effortless target on the baggage carousel. Tip 2. Never leave bags unattended. Let's now address the baggage claim area. This is precisely where numerous travelers become complacent prematurely. A man spots his suitcase on the belt, but perhaps he's engrossed in checking his phone, queuing for coffee, or even momentarily stepping aside. That is all it takes for an individual to simply seize it and depart. Thieves rely on such instances of inattention. Therefore, here's the fundamental principle. Never permit his bag to be out of his view. He should stand adjacent to the carousel, maintain vigilance, and retrieve his suitcase the instant it emerges. He ought to approach this moment with the same level of alertness he exhibited during check-in. Tip 1. Travel insurance. Your safety net. And finally, the most crucial safeguard of all, travel insurance. Because even if a man executes every precaution correctly, uncontrollable risks persist. Airlines misplace bags, flights encounter delays, suitcases sustain damage, or, in the direst circumstance, a thief still manages to prevail. However, with the appropriate insurance policy, a man is protected. Lost, delayed, or pilfered luggage will not devastate his journey or deplete his finances. Instead, he will receive prompt reimbursement and possess the necessary assistance to continue his travels. He should perceive it as his contingency plan, the protective net that provides succor when all other measures falter. The instant a man lands should mark the most secure segment of his journey, and it can be, provided he remains vigilant. He should maintain a low profile for his bag, secure it intelligently, supervise it vigilantly, and ensure it appropriately. By following these measures, a man concludes his trip in the identical manner he began it: confident, ready, and in command. His luggage conveys more than mere apparel. It carries his peace of mind. Utilizing these 15 astute techniques, a man will journey more intelligently and securely. Which method will he implement first? He should comment below with his top luggage hack. And if he desires further advice airlines typically withhold, he should subscribe. Have safe travels.